Good morning. Dzień dobry. Buenos dias. Guten Morgen. How are you? Wie geht's mit Ihnen? How are you? Good morning. So nice to be here on the beach again with you. It is 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, New York time, and I am on one of the beaches off of New York City. I'm on Long Island. Long Island is about 100 miles long. It's about 3 hours if you were to go to the city from the tip of the island. It's pretty long. But we live in this area called Hamptons, and Long Island is kind of shaped like a fish with like a tail like this. We're on the South Fork here, and all the Atlantic waves hit this part of the island. There's also the North Fork, which is also beautiful, so you can visit that too. But the east end of Long Island is just incredible. But it's a little chilly this morning. I gotta keep my jacket on. I can't believe I'm in the middle of July and it's this cool. We just had a huge storm system come through yesterday, and look at how roiled up the ocean is. I guess all that high pressure or something just pushed all the water, but it's really exciting today. Let's go ahead and start our yoga practice. We're going to switch our legs out. Today I'm at FOWLER'S Beach in Southampton, New York. And we're making our way up the beach, one beach at a time, up the coast from Cooper's Beach in Southampton all the way to Montauk. And then we're going to come back a little bit because I think there's 22 beaches and we're doing 40 days, 40 sessions. Okay, this is day 7. Let's bring your hands into Namaskar Mudra. Inhaling deeply through the nostrils, lengthening the back of the neck. Maybe just move your body a little bit. Take a moment just to kind of melt everything, see if there's any tension anywhere, and then bring yourself back up into a nice long spine, but with ease, not with any sort of forcing. Lengthening the back of the neck, lifting that occipital bone that's back there in the back of your head. And let's take a moment to invite some silence into our lives. And rubbing the hands together vigorously, heating up the palms. Bring the warm palms over the closed eyes. Inhale deeply through the nostrils, lengthen the back of the neck, sit up very, very tall, lift your tummy. Inhale deeply through the nostrils. Exhale deeply through the nostrils, keeping the mouth closed. Open the eyes behind the palms, circle deep, eyes to the right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the eyes, relax the eyes. Inhale deeply through the nostrils. Exhale deeply through the nostrils. Open the eyes again behind the palms and circle to the left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the eyes, relax the eyes. Inhale deeply through the nostrils. Exhale deeply through the nostrils, sitting up really, really tall. Lengthen the back of your neck and slowly let your hands come down and open your eyes gently. Good morning. Congratulations. Hard work is over. You made it here. Let's start by stretching to the right. You're just going to push your hand out to the side. Really, really stretching that whole side, pushing that left hip down. Stretching that. If you want, you can rotate the upper body, face the sky. Use that left hand to bring you up and over to the other side. Here we go on this side. Now we're going to do the left, same thing. Oops, sorry, that's not too much clanking. Inhaling, oh, that feels so good. Pushing the hip down. Let's go on ahead and do our little twist. We're going to take our left hand, put it on the right knee, and then look over the right shoulder, pushing the hand into the knee, and holding the eyes in that right corner, holding the eyes there. holding this huge spiral coming all the way up from the base of your spine to your eyeballs, twisting, rotating. And let's come back towards the center and do the other side. This time it's going to be the right hand on the left knee. And look over the left shoulder, holding the eyes in that left corner. Oh, I'm looking at some beautiful waves. And coming back towards the center. Okay, great. Let's do this. Let's do our easy V. You're going to open your legs like this and then just rotate your legs in the hip socket. I love doing this because you can just look at how much mobility we have in our legs. We want those hip joints to be nice and loosey-goosey and oily for the day. Now, if you have a block, you can do some modifications of this pose. If you're having trouble, like maybe you're like this, it's very hard for you. Different people have different challenges in their bodies. And you can sit up on a block, and that's going to help you be able to come forward a little bit. You can even sit on a block even if you don't, quote, need to sit on the block. It's kind of a fun way to work. You're going to stay on the block this time and come forward. You can use your other block to rest on. Whatever version of this feels good to you, do that. We're just stretching the hamstrings and getting, whoopsie, that sand is underneath there. It gave way a little bit. Yeah. Just feel your hamstrings stretching like this. How often during the day do you get to stop and do this? So that's why this is so delicious to do this every morning like this. 6:30 to 7, we put ourselves first with our bodies and our health, and that makes you feel good. Okay, let's come onto the right leg. As we do, we're going to walk out. You can just walk with your hands if you want to. You can have your hands on your thigh. Maybe you're here. Maybe it's really hard for you to bend over, but you just go to where you are, surrender to that point, and then see if you can surrender a little bit more every day. And slowly, slowly, your body will cooperate. You never want to force the body to do anything, especially as we get a little older. You can break something. I don't want to break anything. That's not worth it. Really relaxing over the leg, letting the head say yes, no. You could use towels too. You don't have to have blocks. You could just roll up a couple of towels and do the same thing. So you don't have to go buy any equipment. All right, let's come onto the left leg now. And I'm just going to put these on the side of my shin and let my head sort of rest on my forearm. Oh yeah, that feels so good. Just releasing, starting the day gently, appreciating these beautiful vessels we've been given. Isn't it amazing? That we can even like speak or move or, pick up this block. How does my hand know how to do that? I mean, I wish, we could sort of, if babies could talk to us, so they go, this is really hard holding my head up. You have no idea. I mean, we forgot all those things, right? Because we're older now. So, it's funny. A friend of mine just had a little baby, and you just see all the stages of growth. It's amazing what humans can do. All right, I'm going to take this mala off so it doesn't rattle. Let's come up onto all fours, and we're going to do a little bit of cat-cow. Oh, yes, arch up like you're a Halloween cat. Really blow out all your air. Now, inhale as you let your tummy sink down towards the ground, and then your head's going to look up. They call this the cow. I kind of feel like this is old horse. You see horses with a shrinking back after all those years. Okay, and then arching up on the exhale, and letting your belly drop. Curling the toes under. Let's lift the knees up just a little bit and start firing up our core there to do this. Also, make sure your fingertips are active. Don't let your hands just be passive. They need to be active. That's going to protect your wrists. That's what we have to do in yoga, is protect those wrists. Because if you injure them, if you ever have, it's really challenging to do yoga with hurt wrists. Go ahead and push back into a bent leg down dog. Really stretching through your back, feeling. Make sure your ears could hit like the inside of your arms. You don't want the head dangling. You can do it this way. There are variations, so it's not wrong. I just prefer keeping the ears here this way. Neck is in line with the spine. I'm remembering that it's all a part of the spine. Go ahead and lengthen the back of the legs as much as you can. Again, you might need to put a block underneath your heel to do this. That's fine. use whatever props you need. And we're going to walk forward towards our hand, hanging over those legs, feeling another stretch on the back of the arms. That feels so good. Letting the head say yes, no, yes, no. And slowly coming back up. All right, great. Let me adjust the angle because we're going to do our sun salutation. Even though the sun's not really showing right now, it's pretty overcast. But I think we're going to miss the rain. The rain's coming in. No. I don't know what's happening. Oh, yeah, it's kind of peeking out there. All right, let's come to the top of our mats. We're going to have our feet parallel to the long side of the mat and just start to feel your weight. Shift it between each of your feet, back and forth, left and right. Just kind of rocking a little bit. Go this direction a little bit more. You can see me a little better on this angle. All right, so we're going to be rocking back and forth. Lift your tummy up. Let's do something before we do this, this sun salutation. Go ahead and take your hand and put it on your belly like this. And I want you to pull the muscles in towards your spine and then up at the last minute. Do you feel that extra stretch that you get in the front hip? Now, a lot of people say lengthen the back. I don't say that. I say tighten the tummy. If you tighten the tummy, your back will lengthen. And the thing is, if you have back pain, a lot of times it's because tummy's not doing any work. And the back muscles are like, tell her to do something. She's like, I don't have to. You're doing it all. So if you strengthen this side, you see your body has two sides of everything. On your biceps and your triceps, there's always a two-sided system here. And if you're having trouble on this side, go look at the other side of the spine. Oh, maybe it's because I'm not activating my tummy enough. So this is a good way to really pull in on and activate your psoas and your internal core. Okay, let's start by coming to the top of the mat. Let's lift your tummy. See if you can hold your tummy through most of this, all right? That'll be the challenge for today. Let's go ahead and inhale all the way up. Holding the tummy. Don't forget about the tummy. Falling forward, holding the tummy. Hands on the shins, holding the tummy in. Exhale, hands on the mat. Go all the way down in chaturanga, or you can put your knees on the ground, that's fine. And then coming up into cobra. When you inhale, now this is the time to really tighten your tummy because that helps the back not have to take all the strength. Curl your toes under. And we're going to come into down dog for 2 breaths. 1, 2. Walking forward towards the hands, hanging over the legs. Hands on the shins, arching up on the inhale. Exhale over the legs again. Inhale all the way up, and you can arch back if you want to. And come into Namaskar Mudra. Let's do that one more time. This time, I think I'm getting a little muffled here. This time, I'm not going to say anything, and I want you, or I invite you, I should say, I invite you to make sure that the movements come after the breath. So instead of just going inhale, make sure that you start the inhale first, like, and let the body follow that. And then when you're ready to exhale, that's when you're going to start the next movement. And just see for yourself, because sometimes when you're in a class, you're going with somebody else's breath. Go with yours. And if you get lost, you can just look on the screen and follow me. We're going to do this twice through, okay? Okay, that's fun, isn't that? Lifting the knee at the end, because that way you make sure that you just don't drop your leg when you're done with that. Isn't that great to do that Viksasana, that tree pose? Let's come and do one of my favorite poses. This is extended side angle. It's so good. We're going to take our legs kind of almost like, I don't know, maybe a leg length apart. And then we're going to turn the right foot out. We're going to turn the left foot in kind of on a 45-degree angle. And then we're going to bend the right leg till the knee is just over the ankle. And let's bring the arms out into our warrior two. Make sure your shoulders are down, that your elbows are rotated up. And actually, my arms are a little bit bent. I'm not doing a straight arm like that. My arms are actually bent. And that's actually stronger than just straightening your elbow. I see a lot of people just sort of straighten their elbow. That's really not, I don't believe, the best way to use your arms because they're not as strong. But they don't really talk about arms that much. We'll have a class on that coming up, just about arms. All right, so looking over your right hand, now you're going to take your right elbow and put it on your right thigh, and your left arm is going to come straight over your head, and look up under that arm. That's going to keep your chest open. And really push your elbow into the thigh into the elbow, and then the feet are firmly on the ground. Looking up under there, maybe stretch a little bit more. Ooh, I had some more. And coming back up to warrior two. Straightening the leg, turning the right foot in, turning the left foot out. Turn the right foot in a little bit more, 45-degree angle. And now we're going to bend the left knee. Looking over the left hand. Very confident. Lift that tummy. Feel what happens. Okay, go ahead as an experiment. Let your tummy go. Like a little bowl spilling water. And then lift up your tummy. And feel the difference that you feel inside your body. You might feel an extra stretch here. That is your psoas muscle getting a very nice stretch when you do that. And you're really knitting your lower and upper body together when you use that lift. It's called Uddiyana Bandha in yoga, but we call it lift in dance. Go ahead and bend the right arm, left arm rather, and then you're going to look up under the right arm. It's extended side angle. I think this one is Parsva Konasana. And then there's another one, Parsvottanasana. So it's O-A-A-O, I think. And then coming back up, Parsvottanasana. Let's do the other one. Okay, because that's Parsvottanasana. Kon means angle. And then the Parsvottanasana is, which one is that? I forgot what the name is now. But we'll do it anyway. Okay, so I'm going to face you so you can see exactly what we're doing. We're going to be at the back of your mat. You're going to step your left foot forward. Not so far, though. You're not going to go like as far, like really far. You're going to just make your foot come forward a small little amount. And then you can kind of turn that back foot out on a 45-degree angle. Lift your tummy up. And we're going to do it with the hands like this. Now make sure your hips are all like this. Don't let one hip be in front and the other one like you're, a gunslinger or something. Make sure these are on the sides here like this. And don't let that back foot roll in. You see how the tendency is to let it roll in. Keep the back arch lifted, and then we're going to come forward over the leg like this with a flat back. Flat back. Boy, that's a big hamstring stretch. Make sure that your left hip is going back. A lot of times the left hip wants to come forward. Let it come back. Make sure that the hips are even. You have a flat back. Back up. Not so easy, right? Let's try it on the other side. I'll show you from the side what it looks like. I'm going to step forward, this time with the right foot. I'm going to angle out my left foot a little bit. Then I'm going to keep both straight, but I'm going to make sure that I have both of these hips in line. I don't want one hip in front of the other, okay? So both hips are in line. I'm going to put my hands on my hips, coming forward. As far as Parsvottanasana. Pyramid pose. Finally remembered what it was. This is pyramid. Those two sound so alike, don't they? And then lengthen the back of the neck. Make sure the whole spine is straight. I'm just kind of letting my chin come forward. That's kind of a habit. I think all of us have. Lengthen through the back of the neck and slowly come back up. Isn't that great? Let's do one more pose standing, and then we'll go to the ground to do a little bit of pranayama. This is one of my favorite poses. It's called the eagle pose, and this thing is so great if you have lower back pain. It relieved my lower back pain. I was waking up in the morning. I was like, oh, I'm old now. My back's hurting. I had to like lift things off the floor with like my toes because it was hurting so much. But I started doing this pose, and it really stretched it. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to take your right leg and you're going to put it over your left leg like this. Now, if you want to, you can be next to a wall. You could be over a bed. We're not going to go too deeply on this, but if you have something to hold on to, it's a little bit disorienting because you're going to bend over. Okay, so now your right leg is over your left leg. And what you're going to do is scoop your hips like this. Don't have your popo sticking out like this because you won't stretch the lower part of your spine. If you really round your tailbone under, round that tailbone under, make sure the knees are deeply bent. Don't have these straight and this rounded. So both deeply bent, rounded under. Now, this is your right leg. You're going to take your right arm, and that's going to go under the left arm. And you're going to wrap it until you come like this, okay? Holding that pose like that. This is the eagle. Now, if you can balance on one foot and do it. But not, you can just use a little kickstand. I'm doing that because I'm on the sand right now. Nothing to prove, my friend. And then we're going to bend forward. Make sure you don't let your popo go out. Hold your popo under. Curl that tailbone under. Coming forward. Yeah, breathing deeply through the nostrils. Make sure the head is relaxed. Deeply bend the knees. Deeply curling under that tailbone. And slowly coming back up and untwisting. Woo! That's a deep pose. I think that's an advanced pose for sure. So if you're like, oh, that's a little scary, that's okay. Every class should have the humbling pose. Sometimes the whole class is a humbling pose for me. Sometimes I'm at an advanced level at one pose, and then I'm a beginner at another pose. So, don't think, oh, I'm just a beginner, I'm so advanced or whatever. You're always going to learn new things. Let's do it on the other side. We're going to take the left leg this time, put it over the right, bend both knees very, very deeply. Don't have the knees just a little bit bent. Bend them as deeply as you can. Now, round that tailbone under. Almost like somebody sucked you in the gut there. And you were like, oh. Okay? Now, same arm as leg, that goes under. Now, you might have trouble with this. Some guys have such huge shoulders, they're like, there's no way. You can do any variation you want. If you want to go like this, any variation you want to do. Okay? Just do that. Oops, I was on the right one. And now, we're going to come forward over the legs. Make sure you're rounding under. Curl that tailbone under. Coming back up slowly and unwinding. That's called eagle pose or garudasana. The reason why it's so good for the lower back is that you're really rounding that lower area, and when you involve the arms, you're pulling up on the lats, and it's pulling that fascia around your body. Instead of just trying to stretch out your back straight like this and just getting the erectors, you're getting all of these other muscles, and it feels so good. I think that's why it relieved my back pain. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit more. All right, let's come to seated and see if you can go straight to the strange leg in front. See if you can do that. Just make it your new habit. And then after a while, you're like, wait, which leg is strange? Ah, that means you're getting more balanced. All right, let's do a little bit of breathing. Let me take this off so you can see. It's chilly. I put my jacket on, but I want you to see this breathing technique. A lot of times in yoga, we're told to breathe through the belly. That's not wrong. It's not wrong. Now, let's look at this kind of breathing. Do you think that that's good breathing? Now, that's a lot of people breathe in their upper chest only. They're like, That's what they think of as breathing, is this very shallow breathing here. Then there's the belly breathing. Down there. But the third way, which is a little bit harder to understand, you might not get it in the beginning. That's okay. It's going to take a little while for you to get it. Take your hands here and kind of dig into the side of your rib cage over here. I want to activate this area just so you start feeling like that. And then see if you can sort of breathe into the sides of your ribs. You're going to find out that there's so much more air there. And it's actually all the way around the body here. All the way around here. You're opening up. And the intercostals are like, oh, thank God, she's finally stretching me. You see that difference? I'm going sideways. I'm also not letting my shoulders come up. It might take you a while to be able to separate the upper body from. And again, you could just go like this and hold your shoulders down. Sometimes a good way to do it is to take a fist and put it on the side of the rib cage. Work on that one. I showed you the lift earlier. That's Uddiyana Bandha. Once you engage that, it's kind of hard to breathe. How are you going to breathe in your belly if you're holding on to your Uddiyana Bandha? So that the answer is on the side of the rib. And it's the same thing I discovered as a dancer, and the same thing they teach in Ashtanga Yoga. Okay, let's bring our hands into Namaskara Mudra. Can't believe 30 minutes just went by. I invite you to acknowledge yourself, because you've just created an undeniable demonstration of your love for your health and your body. And when you take care of yourself, you can help other people. Rubbing the hands together vigorously, heating up the palms. Bring the warm palms over the closed eyes. Inhale deeply through the nostrils, lengthening the back of the neck. Exhale deeply through the nostrils. One more big inhalation. Try to open the sides of the rib this time. Yeah, a lot more air, right? And slowly let the hands come down. Namaste to all of you. Thank you so much for sharing 30 minutes of your eternal now with me. I'm very honored to be with you. And I'll be here tomorrow morning at 6:30, same bat time, same bat channel. We're going to move up one more beach, and we're going to go to Flying Point Beach. You might have seen that on Anthony Bourdain's favorite sweatshirt. I've noticed that it's Flying Point. That's here in New York, because he's from New York. Okay, so guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.